Happy Monday, Ravens fans. Tyler Jones here with you. Hope you had a great weekend. It is time for another edition of the Ravens Rundown. With the latest news and rumors on your favorite team, we're going to be talking about Lamar Jackson. Got a big update on his contract situation over the weekend. Also, what about Tyler Huntley and his situation? Will he return to the team in 2023? We'll discuss all of that and more in just a few moments from right now. Before we do, a little survey time here on the Rundown. We always encourage you to subscribe to the channel, as you should. But here's what I want to do. I want to take things a step further here. I want you to recommend this channel to all your fellow Ravens fans as well. And scale for me in the comments section, how likely are you to recommend this show to your family members or fellow Ravens fans? Let us know. Scale it for me in the comments section, and we'll start with a segment from today's edition of NFL Daily on Lamar Jackson's contract situation. Let's move on and discuss Lamar Jackson now. Will Lamar Jackson remain a member of the Baltimore Ravens? If you recall last week, there was a report out there that the Ravens were planning to franchise tag Lamar Jackson. They weren't expecting to get a deal done by the time of the franchise tag deadline. And according to ESPN's Jeremy Fowler, the sides right now just aren't close at all when it comes to contract negotiations. Here's what Fowler said over the weekend. Baltimore and Jackson could possibly be $100 million apart, a huge gap to bridge. Those trade calls are coming. I don't get the sense that the process has heated up, in part because teams are assuming Jackson will be tagged. It's still very early on in this one. So pretty fascinating to hear that there is the assumption that the tag is going to happen, as it would appear that Lamar and the Ravens are hundreds of millions of dollars apart when it comes to guaranteed money. Remember, this is not about pure salary, but about the guaranteed money factor ever since the Deshaun Watson deal that went down with Cleveland last year and really just reset the marketplace of some sorts. What you need to know, here's three things to keep in mind on this situation. The average new quarterback deal around the National Football League is paying about $40 million a year. So not cheap, just the average median. Obviously, Lamar would get paid well above the average number. Now, the offer that the Ravens gave Lamar back in 2022, it was a 5-year deal worth $250 million, but only 133 of that was fully guaranteed, leaving a lot of money out there, which Jackson ultimately declined. Not because of the offer that was made when it came to dollars and cent-wise on salary, but because of the guaranteed money. If you look at the highest paid quarterbacks per year, and you think about Lamar Jackson, here's a guy that has been better than Russell Wilson, he's been better than Kyler Murray, and he's been better than Deshaun Watson. He should be right there among those three in that dollars and cents range. Aaron Rodgers, the four-time MVP, although he had a down year this past year, has been as good as any quarterback as of late. You would think that Aaron deserves the right to be the highest-paid quarterback, but there's no reason why an MVP like Lamar shouldn't be able to get that top dollar. Now, Roquan Smith, who recently got paid by Baltimore, he chimed in, and, of course, he's one of the newest members of the Baltimore Ravens and talked about the contract situation. This is what Roquan Smith had to say. I haven't really chatted with him about anything because our situations are unique in their own way. It would be wrong of me to try to go in and say this or that because his situation is clearly different than mine. So I can't really go in there and say you should do this or that. He's a grown man at the end of the day, and he's going to do what he feels is best for him. I support him just one man to another. And hearing Roquan say that he supports him, remember, we heard rumblings that there were Ravens players that weren't happy with how things were handled going into that playoff game. But whether it's Roquan Smith or Mark Andrews or Calais Campbell, a number of guys have all come out and said that Lamar's their guy. They want him to be their quarterback next year and for the long term. So let's ask you here on the program, will Lamar Jackson sign an extension with the Ravens? Not asking about the franchise tag, not asking if he'll get traded. Will an extension get done? Let us know. Y for yes, N for no. What do you think? Does Lamar get extended and stay in Baltimore long term? Let us know what you think in the comment section below. Today's show, Ravens Rundown, is sponsored by Athletic Greens. I take AG1 by Athletic Greens literally every day. Get comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition at athleticgreens.com/chatsports. I gave AG1 a try because I wanted better gut health and wanted a supplement that actually tastes great. I take AG1 every morning, and it makes me feel ready to take on my day. I came into this year wanting to get healthier, and starting my year on AG1 has helped me do just that. I take it every morning, and I feel the best I've ever felt. Covering my nutritional bases for the day literally couldn't be easier, which is why I trust Athletic Greens. I just mix 1 small scoop of AG1 with water and drink it first thing each morning. Done. I also like that it costs less than $3 a day. Pretty good if you ask me. It's a really effective daily habit with the highest quality sourced ingredients. Win-win. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/chatsports. That's athleticgreens.com/chatsports. Check out the link. The comments is in the description of today's video. The link is in the comments and the description. You can find it there, athleticgreens.com/chatsports. Next up here on the Ravens Rundown, let's discuss Tyler Huntley. The next man up mentality. Could he be the guy potentially for the Ravens in 2023? I'll say this much. No matter what happens, whether you get a deal done with Lamar Jackson or not, Tyler Huntley needs to be back in a Ravens uniform next year no matter what. And I read a great column today from the folks at Russell Street Report, and this is what they had to say as far as the Tyler Huntley factor goes in all this. If Jackson is traded or decides to hold out because of his contract negotiation, would the Ravens be comfortable having Huntley take a majority of the snaps? Huntley is an exclusive rights free agent this offseason, meaning players with less than 3 years of service time in the league. However, the Ravens are likely to tender Huntley and keep him on the roster. After all, the team has a lot invested in him as the main backup for the past 2 seasons. However, a new offensive coordinator is likely to change up the system, so both Huntley and Jackson will have to make some adjustments. And Tyler Huntley, this past season, passing the football-wise, about 67%, not bad at all. 658 yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. But the Ravens struggled when it came to moving the football when Tyler Huntley was under center. And you could see a significant drop-off from when Lamar Jackson went down and things got handed over to Tyler Huntley this past year. The depth chart, as you can see, Jackson, your number 1 guy, Huntley number 2, and Anthony Brown at number 3. We did see Anthony Brown at times last year, but I'll say this much. Tyler Huntley, proud of him that he got to go to the Pro Bowl and all that. You can talk about it not being deserving, whatever it may be, but nonetheless, you had to be happy for him that he at least got that. With that said, I mean, I don't want to see Tyler Huntley as this team's starting quarterback. If you can't work out things with Lamar Jackson for whatever reason it may be, your solution can't be that Tyler Huntley is your next guy. I am more than welcome. In fact, I encourage the idea of bringing Tyler Huntley back to be your number 2 quarterback. He's fine as a backup, but a backup at just that. Doesn't need to be your number 1 guy as far as I'm concerned. Now, here's more from Russell Street's report of their column that came out today. Huntley will evolve as a quarterback in his 3rd year, and he admitted that he'll use the playoff game against the Bengals as added motivation. Depending on what happens with Jackson, Huntley could take the majority of snaps in the OTAs and maybe even the regular season. He'll have to prepare like he is the starter. His future in Baltimore will depend on it. So, quick question before we go and wrap up here. The Ravens should bring back Tyler Huntley in 2023. That's what we think here at the Ravens Rundown. If you agree with that statement, type T for true. If you disagree with that statement, type F for false. Let us know in the comment section. Do you want Tyler Huntley back in a Ravens uniform next year? T for true, F for false. You need to subscribe to the channel. We're covering this team each and every day with daily news and rumors. We're counting down the draft, free agency, and more. It's all in one place. The best part about it, doesn't cost you a thing. It's free. Subscribe now, youtube.com/RavensTV. Turn on notifications, and we'll see you next time here on Ravens Rundown.